Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. This is Paul, and we are live now for reading number 12 and the Tao 1 book. Where did my book go? There it is. This is called Tao 1, The Way of All Life, and the author, of course, is Dr. and Master Sha. And the book that I'm reading is the first in the series of 3 books. These 3 books, Tao 1, The Way of All Life, Tao 2, which is more about long life and immortality, and then Tao 3, called the Tao Classic, are all truly classics, and time will validate this statement out. So what I'm doing and have been doing is playing Master Sha speaking in his audiobook while flipping through the Kindle version of the book so you can read it and hear it at the same time. So I encourage you, if you're new, just stumbling across this, to go back to the first version of this, which is on my Facebook channel, the Wellspring of Light, and also on my my YouTube. You can look up my information, Paul Fletcher, Wellspring of Light YouTube, and you will find that playlist there where all of them are in order. And it's a great way to listen to the book. It shares with you basically the pathway to make yourself younger and more aligned to the source. Right now, we are in audiobook number 10, and about halfway through. We'll finish that today and go into the next ones. There's about 22 audiobooks, I believe, in this entire series. And we're currently in, as far as the physical version of the book, chapter 2. And about halfway through, about page 202 right now. So I encourage you, if you have the book, to read along. And you can simply meditate and listen to the voice of Master Sha. His voice does carry healing frequency and vibration. So if you have anything going on that you need healing for, make sure you ask for that. You can probably get some benefit. Okay. Yesterday, where we left off at was he was starting to go into speaking of the mantra San San Zhou Lu Ba Ya Wu, which is Mandarin Chinese for a series of numbers. Those numbers are 3, 3, 9, 6, 8, 1, 5. The first time Master Sha heard these numbers was when his teacher, Master Guo, shared them with him at his initial acceptance letter of being a disciple with this world-renowned healer, Master Guo. And since then, he learned the importance of those numbers. They're considered to be a special code, and each number in the ancient philosophies represent a different part of the body. San is the chest area. San is number 3. San San, chest, chest. Zhou represents the lower abdomen. Zhou. When you say Zhou, the lower abdomen vibrates. San San Zhou Lu. Lu is the middle of the body. 3, 3, 9, 6. 6, number 6. And then you have San San Zhou Lu Ba, the Yao Wu. The Ba is number 5. Number 6 is the rib cages. Number 5 is the navel area. Yao Wu. And so Yao is number 1, represents the upper of the body, and then Wu comes back down to the center of the body. So you might see an image where you see as he goes into this next section, where you see the number codes in different parts of the body. And in essence, what happens when you chant this number is it vibrates up and down, opening up any blockages within your energetic system. It's a very powerful healing number. And so we're going to come into Master Sha sharing more about that now. Let me get set up. Here we go. So I encourage you to grab a drink, hot tea, and sit down and enjoy this as we continue.
That this is the time for me to speak. Then you cannot speak San San Zhou Liu Ba You anymore. From San San Zhou Liu Ba You to soul language, this is the transformation from mind over matter to soul over matter. You could be very excited after you bring out your soul language. You may wonder, am I really speak soul language? This is the way to check. Stop the special voice. Then go back to chant 三三九六 again as fast as you can. In a very short time, your spiritual voice could flow out again. Then you will know that you are really speaking your soul language. Soul language can be translated into English, French, German, Chinese, and any other language you know. Soul language is a universal language. More than 10 years ago, I was teaching a few advanced students in Toronto. I spoke soul language and asked four of my students to translate my soul language into English, Spanish, German, and Chinese at the same time. Another student spoke English and German fluently. After a few minutes, she exclaimed, "This is amazing." When Master Sha spoke soul language, I heard the translation in German and English, and they have the same meaning. In fact, all of my students gave the same translation in their native languages. This story gives you an idea of why soul language is a universal language. It can be translated into any language you know on Mother Earth. One day, I will teach a workshop or retreat without speaking English or Chinese. I will only speak soul language. People from all nations around the world who can translate soul language will be able to attend and understand the teaching without the physical translators. Is that not exciting? It will take some time to achieve this goal, but one day it will be achieved. Soul language will contribute so much to humanity that it is beyond words. Today, when there is an international conference at, for example, the United Nations, there are many translators to translate speakers into various languages. One day, millions of people on Mother Earth will open their spiritual channels to bring out their soul language and to translate soul language. We can have workshops, retreats, and conferences where the speaker speaks only soul language, and thousands and perhaps millions of people worldwide will be able to understand. That would be fascinating, miraculous, and profound. There is a story told by my worldwide representatives, Marilyn Smith, that I would like to share with you now. This is a great example of how soul language can be used for communication between two people who speak different languages.
The week before leaving Taiwan to return to California, I visited a Taoist temple with two students from Taipei. As we were going to a special part of the temple, we met two of the Taoist teachers who were outside having a lunch snack. The two students introduced me and explained a little about what I had been teaching. One of the students explained that I could speak and translate soul language. The male Taoist teacher pointed to the other teacher and said, "So can she." He added, "In fact, she can translate as she speaks soul language." Our student pointed to me and said, "So can she." At that point, the woman Taoist teacher began to speak to me in soul language, and I responded to what she was saying. We had a complete conversation in soul language. The topic was the turmoil that exists at this time on Mother Earth and the responses to that turmoil. Those who were sitting at the table were quite amazed. The two students who brought me were also quite amazed. They kept saying, "She," meaning the Taoist teacher, "doesn't speak any English." Then they pointed to me and said, "She doesn't speak any Chinese," and they just had a conversation. It was quite amazing, and all of those who were present were quite surprised. The woman Taoist teacher was delighted. She had met someone she could converse with using soul language. In fact, she was so delighted that she accompanied us to the car even though it was raining. This was a wonderful experience of using soul language to communicate with a person whose language you do not know.
Soul language is the pure soul voice. If your spiritual channels are open, you will understand its meaning. If your spiritual channels are not open, you will not understand its meaning. Soul language translation is one of the most important spiritual communication abilities. The first two books in my Soul Power series, Soul Wisdom, Practical Soul Treasures to Transform Your Life, and Soul Communication, Opening Your Spiritual Channels for Success and Fulfillment, have extensive teachings on how to open your spiritual channels and translate soul language. Your soul language may have just come out. You could be fascinated to know what your soul is saying. You cannot wait to translate your soul language. You really want to open your spiritual channels. Read my other books. They are also available in audiobook. Join the Open Spiritual Channel classes that I, my worldwide representatives, and the certified divine master teachers and healers offer. Your spiritual journey could move further. You could gain deeper spiritual wisdom after you open your spiritual channels. Some of you may have just brought out your soul language after a few minutes of practice. If your soul language didn't come out, practice again. You may need to practice a few times a day for a few days to bring out your soul language. Be patient, practice more. Generally speaking, your soul language will flow out quickly. After bringing out your soul language, you can apply soul language for healing, rejuvenation, and life transformation. Let us first apply soul language for healing. Use the four power techniques. Body power. Sit up straight or stand. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching for a few seconds. And then relax your tongue. Put your left palm over your message center. Put your right hand in a traditional prayer position with fingers pointing upward. Recall this is the soul light era prayer position. Soul power, say hello. Dear soul mind body of my soul language, I love you. Please heal my, make your healing request. Do a good job. Thank you. Mind power. Visualize a golden light shining in the organ or part of body for which you requested healing. Sound power. Chant as quickly as you can. 3396969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696969696 When your soul language comes out, continue to chant your soul language for 3 to 5 minutes. Pause this recording to practice now. The more often and the longer you practice, the better. You could be very surprised by the healing result after a few short minutes of practice. Practice more to restore your health as quickly as possible. If you do not feel any result right away, it does not mean that the soul language does not work for healing. Practice more to receive the benefits as soon as possible. Now, let us apply soul language for rejuvenation. Use the four power techniques. Body power. Sit up straight or stand. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching for a few seconds, and then relax your tongue. Put your left palm over your message center. Put your right hand in the traditional prayer position with fingers pointing upward. Soul power. Say hello. Dear soul, mind, body of my soul language, I love you. Please rejuvenate my soul, heart, mind, and body. Do a good job. Thank you. Mind power. Visualize the golden light shining in your soul, heart, mind, and body for rejuvenation. Sound power. Chant as quickly as possible. 339685，339685，339685，339685，yo yo 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 yo. When your soul language comes out, continue to chant your soul language for 3 to 5 minutes. Pause this recording to practice now. The more often and the longer you practice, the better. 339685，3396，哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。 Next, apply soul language to transform a relationship. Use the 4 power techniques. Body power. Sit up straight. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching for a few seconds. And then relax your tongue. Put your left palm over your message center. Put your right hand in a traditional prayer position with fingers pointing upward. Mind power. Visualize a golden light shining and connecting you and the other person. Soul power. Say hello. Dear soul, mind, body of, give the name. For example, Nancy again. Dear soul, mind, body of my soul language, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please heal and transform the relationship between me and Nancy. Do a good job. I am very grateful. Thank you. Sound power. Chant as quickly as possible. 339685，339685，339685，yo yo 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 comes out. Continue to chant soul language for 3 to 5 minutes. The more you practice, the better. How simply you could transform a relationship with this powerful practice. Now, let us apply soul language to transform your finances. At this time, early 2010, humanity and Mother Earth have many financial challenges. Soul language can do wonders to boost your finances. Why? Because the soul language carries a soul frequency with love, forgiveness, compassion, and light. Soul frequency can transform the frequency of your business and finances. Love melts all blockages and transforms your business and finances. Forgiveness brings inner peace and inner joy to you, your whole business team, your customers, and your partners. Compassion boosts energy, stamina, and vitality for you and your business team. Light heals the challenges facing your business team, prevent future difficulties, and transforms all challenging issues in your business and finances. To apply soul language to transform your finance, use the 4 power techniques. Body power. Sit up straight. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching for a few seconds. And then relax your tongue. Put your left palm over your message center and your right hand in a traditional prayer position with fingers pointing upward. This is the soul light era prayer position. Soul power. Say hello. Dear soul mind body of my business or finances. Name the business. Dear soul mind body of my soul language. I love you. You have the power to transform my business and my finances. Do a good job. I am very grateful. Thank you. Mind power. Visualize golden light shining in your business and your finances. Sound power. Chant as quickly as possible until your soul language comes out. 3336985339333853393338. After your soul language comes out, continue to chant soul language for at least 3 to 5 minutes. The more you practice, the better. Soul language is the soul's voice. Now we are in a soul light era. The soul light era will shine soul language. Soul language is a major treasure for transforming all life in a soul light era. Apply soul language to transform your health. Apply soul language to rejuvenate your soul, heart, mind, and body. Apply soul language to transform your relationships. Apply soul language to transform your business and finances. Apply soul language to transform your family. Apply soul language to transform your organization. Apply soul language to transform a city. Apply soul language to transform a country. Apply soul language to transform Mother Earth. Apply soul language to transform all universes. Apply soul language to bring love, peace, and harmony to humanity, Mother Earth, and all universes. 灵性通 soul communication. 灵 means soul. 信 means message. 通 means communicates well. 灵性通 means soul communication. As I explained earlier in this chapter, a human being has a soul system, including a body soul, the souls of systems, organs, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter inside the cells, and the spaces between the cells. A human brain has billions of cells. This means that a brain has billions of cell souls. Each cell has many cell units and uncountable smallest matter. This means there are billions and many more souls of cell units and the smallest matter in a single cell. If there are billions of souls within a single cell, then we can imagine how many souls there are in one's body. Every organ has millions or billions of cells. It is impossible to count how many cells there are in one's body. The important wisdom is that all the souls in one's body communicate with one another. Many people have not realized the wisdom that the souls communicate on their own all the time. Souls communicate with the mind. Souls communicate with the body. If there's a great balance in communication among one's soul, mind, and body, one is likely to be healthy. If there are communication blockages or disharmonies among one's soul, mind, and body, one's health could be affected instantly. In the Soul Power series, one of the fundamental wisdoms for healing can be summarized in one sentence: heal the soul first, then healing of the mind and the body will follow. In all of my books, I share with humanity how to do soul healing. I have shared many soul healing techniques. There are hundreds of thousands of heart touching and moving stories worldwide from people who applied soul healing techniques to heal themselves and to heal others. I welcome you to read or watch these stories on my Dr. Shah Facebook page, on the storyboard on my website, and my YouTube channel. There are thousands heart touching and moving stories and experiences from the application of many different soul healing techniques, including singing soul song, listening to my soul songs, soul dance, soul operation, say hello healing, offering others remote soul healing, and more. These stories could inspire you deeply. You could really want to learn more and try to self heal and to help others heal. These stories touch me deeply. I'm honored and grateful to share soul healing with humanity. Let me share you another major one sentence secret now. If the soul of the person becomes sick, then the sickness of the mind and the body will follow. A human being has many layers of souls. If the soul of a cell gets sick, sickness of that cell will follow. If the soul of the organ gets sick, sickness of that organ will follow. If the soul of the system gets sick, sickness of that system will follow. If a body soul gets sick, sickness of the person will follow. I offer an important teaching in the first chapter, Soul Basics, of the authority book of my Soul Power series, The Power of Soul, the way to heal, rejuvenate, transform, and enlighten all life. The soul is a golden light being. A body soul is a golden light being. The soul of a system, organ, or cell is also a golden light being. They differ in size. A body soul is larger than a system soul, which is larger than an organ soul, which in turn is larger than a cell soul. How can one tell if a soul is sick? A spiritual being with advanced spiritual abilities can see souls with an open third eye. I have trained hundreds of students worldwide who can see these golden light beings. In my travels worldwide since 1992, I have held hundreds of workshops and retreats. I have met quite a few people with open third eyes who are not my students. If one can see the golden light being, one can also see changes in the golden light being's color. The color can change from gold to gray or dark. The gold light being can look tired, weak, or sad. The golden light being can look angry. If a golden light being's appearance changes in any of these ways, that tells you that the golden light being is sick, whether it is soul of the person, a system, an organ, or a cell. While a soul is sick, it does not mean that the body is already sick. Before conventional medicine can diagnose a liver sickness, for example, the soul of the liver changes first. How? The color of the soul changes. The healthy soul of the liver is vibrant, full of light, and gold in color. An unhealthy soul of the liver could be gray or dark. The size of the soul will also change if it is not well. It will shrink and look weak and tired. However, even if you can see that the person's liver soul has changed in color and looks tired, that the person could still have completely normal liver function. A medical checkup may not reveal any symptoms or signs of a liver condition. But a few months later, or possibly even 1 or 2 years later, that person could have a medically diagnosed liver condition. This tells us that the soul of an organ gets sick first, then the sickness of that organ will follow. All of my books have shared with the humanity that the soul can heal and transform all life. This is soul over matter. The important wisdom to learn now is that when a soul gets sick, sickness of the body, system, organ, or cell will follow. Earlier, I shared the fundamental wisdom of soul healing. Heal the soul first, then healing of mind and the body will follow. If we know this wisdom, how do we prevent soul sickness? The one sentence secret for preventing soul sickness is to communicate with your souls, is to prevent sickness. Everything has a soul, including our organs, systems, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter in the cells, and the spaces between the cells. Everything has a consciousness also. Everyone and everything is the universal servant. Each of these souls loves to serve. All we have to do is to ask. This is the way to do it. Apply the four power techniques to do soul communication in order to prevent soul sickness. Body power. Sit up straight. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching. We can use the soul communication to request healing, rejuvenation, and a transformation, and to receive wisdom from the higher spiritual beings. As I explained earlier in this chapter, the message center is very important for developing soul communication abilities and for healing. Soul power. Say hello, dear souls of my body, systems, organs, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter inside the cells and the spaces between the cells. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. You have the power to prevent sickness in my body, systems, organs, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter inside the cells, and the spaces between the cells. Do a good job. Thank you. Mind power. Visualize the golden light vibrating in your entire body, from head to toe, skin to bone. Sound power. Chant repeatedly. Souls of my body systems, organs, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter inside the cells, and the spaces between the cells. Heal yourself and prevent sickness. Thank you. Souls of my body, systems, organs, cells, cell units, DNA, RNA, smallest matter inside the cells, and the spaces between the cells. Heal yourselves and prevent sickness. Thank you. How? Chant for 3 to 5 minutes per time. Pause this recording to practice now. The longer and the more often you chant, the better. In some of my previous books, I shared a powerful Asian one-sentence healing secret that is extremely simple. 金光照体，百病消除。金 means gold, 光 means light, 照 means shines, T means body, Bai means 100, which in Chinese represent all or everything or everyone. Bing means sicknesses. 消除 means remove. Therefore, 金光照体 白病消除 means golden light shines, all sickness disappears. Why is the golden light so powerful that it can remove all sicknesses? Because golden light is a spiritual light. This ancient statement has been one of the key spiritual wisdoms for healing for thousands of years. Many people in history have heard this statement. They have treated this statement as theory and wisdom, but they have not applied this wisdom enough to heal sicknesses. How do you apply this wisdom for healing all sicknesses? This is the way I'm sharing with you and humanity. The way is so simple. My teaching is simple and practical, and it works. The simplest technique is the best technique. I've shared this wisdom with you in this audiobook. This can be summarized in one sentence. 大道至简. Da means big. Dao is the way. Zhi means extremely. Jian means simple. Therefore, Da Dao Zhi Jian means the big way is extremely simple. Many people on Mother Earth look for complicated answers. They believe that the solving problems, spiritual development, and healing require a complicated process, wisdom, or knowledge. They have not realized that the truth is extremely simple. If you have not found the truth in one aspect of life, it's very difficult to flourish in that aspect of your life. Every aspect of life has truth. The truth of that aspect of life is the 小道 of that aspect of life. 大道 means big way. 大道 is the way of all life and all universes. 大道至简, the big way is extremely simple. If you understand 大道至简, apply 大道至简 to benefit your healing. How do you apply 大道至简 for healing all sicknesses? This is the way to do it. Apply the 4 power techniques. Body power. Sit up straight. Put the tip of your tongue as close as you can to the roof of your mouth without touching. Put one fist on your message center. Put the other fist on your snow mountain area. The area of your lower back just above the tailbone. Tap both areas simultaneously. Soul power. Say hello. Dear soul mind body of 金光照体, 白病消除, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. You have the power to heal all my sicknesses. Do a good job. I am so honored that you can heal all of my sicknesses. Thank you. Sound the power. Chant or sing repeatedly, silently, or aloud. 金光照极，百病消除。金光照极，百病消除。金光照极，百病消除。金光照极，百病消除。金光照极，百病消除。金光照极，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体，百病消除。金光照体， 百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除。好。Chant for 3 to 5 minutes per time. The longer and the more often you chant, the better. In fact, if you were to chant the 金光照体, 百病消除, silently in your heart non-stop, you would hardly believe the healing result. Now, let me lead you to sing this sacred Tao healing mantra one more time for a few minutes. 金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除，金光照体，百病消除。Sing at least 3 to 5 minutes per time. Pause is recording to practice now again. The longer you sing and the more often, the better. You can sing silently or aloud.
Okay, that completes number 10 in the audiobook series. We'll start number 11, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing my podcast for the Healing Source. I will post that, and I invite you to come. Tomorrow I'll be focusing on the nature of the mind and soul connection and Tao healing. Mindsets, attitudes, beliefs, things of that nature. So that'll be tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Welcome to join. And then Thursday will also be dedicated to an advanced class. So probably the next audiobook will be Friday. So I encourage you to continue to come back and do share this with the other students that can appreciate it. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.